volunteers and staff members of Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center head over to Xinjiang to promote plastic reduction campaign. In our feature report, we take a look at how Taiwan's government is preventing teenagers from abusing laughing gas. Selamat datang ke Daya Headline, saya Simon Gang. Terima kasih menyertai sesi berita kita. On the first day of 2021, Tzu Chi volunteers and staff from Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center head over to Xinjiang District to promote the plastic reduction campaign. Here's more.
减速同盟 Go Go Go!
On the first day of 2021, volunteers went onto the streets, inviting nearby store owners to safeguard the planet together.
我们现在也在推动那个减速同盟。我们如果自备环保餐具啊、杯子啊、购物袋啊，不晓得你们可不可以给个折扣？
It's ideal to bring a shopping bag while making purchases, as store owners greatly supported the idea and joined in on the campaign.
For example, if the customer brings the cup or bag, a discount of $20 can be given. We can give discounts although it's only $1, but there's simply too much waste. I hope that everyone can recycle to reduce waste.
Kind words along with detailed explanations, volunteers have furthered their connection with store owners, inviting 10 stores into providing discounts when customers use eco-friendly containers.
We use actions to reduce plastic and celebrate the anniversary of the ITV. This is very meaningful, as if now everyone seems to welcome us. Normally, we interact with the community and store owners, telling them that the government is doing the same, reducing the use of disposable items.
Changing the purchase habits and protecting our environment. With these things in place, the slogans are no longer words, but powerful actions, benefiting our surroundings.
In Hsinchu, a year-end blessing ceremony has been held at the county government auditorium. Jinsi Dharma Masters have also brought blessings to the attendees. Take a look.
Jinsi Dharma Masters lead the public to pray sincerely. The Tzu Chi year-end blessing ceremony has been held at the county auditorium. Due to the pandemic, the number of attendees is half of the number in the past.
The first thing is to smile, and the second thing is to watch the ITV. Third, we should save up in corn banks. You can put your corns into the corn bank today to accumulate blessings. The fourth thing is to adopt a vegetarian diet.
To lessen disasters, human hearts can be purified. The market has invited 32 stores or young people to return to their hometown to start their businesses.
小鸟都会在我的田里面去做一个
Birds nurture their offspring in my field. I will also grow high-quality rice in my paddy field.
去种植出一个优质的稻米这样子。
We will extract wood vinegar from it. It is naturally organic and mildly acidic. I even collect the wastewater it released, as it is environmentally friendly.
I hope these passionate young people with ideals can get to know more about Tzu Chi. They can enjoy getting in contact with Tzu Chi.
As more people get to know Tzu Chi, the force of love and compassion can grow stronger.
In Yunnan, Tzu Chi volunteers prepared winter supplies for 643 households in 8 villages, hoping that the locals may have a happy and prosperous new year. Let's take a look.
贫穷的这个群众啊，他们遇到困难的时候，肯定是心里面是寒冷的。而我们通过慈济慈善基金会对他们的物质上有些帮助，我觉得肯定像冬日暖阳。
At the altitude of 2,730 meters, Lianhe Township experiences low temperatures during winter. Kunming Tzu Chi volunteers, before entering the mountains, have to prepare the winter supplies. Some supplies were even frozen in ice before organizing.
It's cold, but once I volunteered here, I felt happy and joyful.
At the high mountainous areas, 90% of citizens rely on farming. Yet the famine previously affected their crops. Along with the pandemic's arrival, many families are in tough conditions. Therefore, Tzu Chi picked 8 villages from Lianhe Township, sending in winter supplies.
There are inner wears and outer wears, so both me and my husband can use. Thank you so much.
Studying at a technical secondary school, 16-year-old Li Zhenggui arrived at the venue with his father. volunteering to carry rice bags. While volunteering, the youngster never seemed to be tired.
In this winter, people felt the cold, so I hope to contribute and help others. Organizations like you that spread love, you are doing good things for us. We are here to also contribute our effort.
58-year-old Li Guocang leaves his home at 7 in the morning, walking 8 kilometers to receive supplies. Before leaving, volunteers chatted with him. As soon as he got home, he tried on the new cotton jacket.
Receiving the rice, oil, clothes, and new socks, I no longer have to purchase those for the new year. Thank you for caring for us.
Fully loaded with winter supplies, some walk home, and some even uses a mule to travel. No matter what method of transportation is used, what remains the same is the warmth from volunteers, caring for people in need.
Due to the pandemic, Tzu Chi Singapore chapter has delivered beds to Malaysia. In Pahang, volunteers take work days off to help unload the beds, hoping to help the hospitals.
The cargo trucks are carrying 794 beds to be delivered to different states, including Pahang.
These beds have been delivered to Kuantan over 4 days. They are unloaded at different places each day. For 2 days, the work was done in the rain. We mobilized 50 volunteers. Besides volunteers, there were APM workers, hospital staff, and people from other volunteer organizations.
Volunteers have to unload and carry the beds. The process was filled with challenges.
We received the news today and need to unload the supplies the next day. It is hard to mobilize volunteers because it was on weekday, and most volunteers need to take work days off. I'm grateful that my company supervisor quickly approved of my request to take a day off. I have this opportunity to help medical staff and workers on the front line. This way, they will know that some volunteers and charity organizations are willing to help them. I thank Tzu Chi on behalf of Pahang Health Bureau. The beds of you donate will be used in treatment of COVID-19 patients. Thank you very much.
Pahang Health Bureau has received the beds. In the future, COVID-19 patients can receive treatment in a friendly environment.
In order to prevent teenagers from abusing laughing gas, the government amended laws last October. It now requires manufacturers, importers, and sellers to obtain licensing approval and declare transaction information. Follow a report as we learn more.
Some hospitals and clinics in Taiwan still use nitrous oxide as anesthesia.
At present, the medical nitrous oxide is mainly used as an inhaled anesthesia and an analgesia.
If someone in the hospital uses nitrous oxide, if it leaks, the first one affected will be the reproductive system of the medical staff, causing miscarriage and fetal malformations.
Traditional nitrous oxide anesthesia is only suitable for mild anesthesia and must be used in an environment with good airflow. Therefore, major domestic hospitals gradually phased out and replaced this with general anesthesia machine instead. As long as the patient inhales this anesthetic gas, they can be in a deep state of anesthesia.
Nitrous oxide has been replaced by a better and more effective anesthetic gas, so we have very little laughing gas in the anesthesia department.
5% of nitrous oxide is used in medical anesthesia and automobile fuel in Taiwan, while 60% is used in industrial semiconductor and PCB manufacturing. The remaining 35% is for whipped cream as a food additive. The 8-gram nitrous oxide cylinder is an essential tool for making special coffees, but it was not listed as a food additive before, and the government could not control it until July 1st this year when the FDA revised the law.
Food additives are strictly managed. Even if the industry wants to repackage laughing gas, they also need to go through the inspection and registration and obtain the manufacturing and repackaging license.
The government strictly controls these small nitrous oxide cylinders because even if the amount is small, people who are interested in it can still use it to inhale.
This is indeed a blind spot. What's important is that teenagers need to understand the dangers of inhaling laughing gas.
For industrial usage, laughing gas weighing 10 kilograms due to its small amount, it is hard for the government to keep an eye on them.
Before, there was no law to manage this, so the industry just sold it to the black market. They didn't say that what they were doing, and there is no law to punish them.
Nitrous oxide is used in medical treatment and food and is regulated by the drug law and the food safety law, but industrial-grade laughing gas products are not subject to any legal regulations. Before the law was amended this year, this was a regulatory loophole. As a major semiconductor producer, Taiwan uses a lot of laughing gas.
Laughing gas is mostly used in industries such as process associated with semiconductors and printed circuit boards.
The reason why laughing gas floods in like this is because in the early days, industrial laughing gas was poorly controlled by the government.
At the end of October 2020, the government amended the law across ministries to make up for the past legal omissions. People who illegally sell laughing gas or inhale it are fined $2,000 to $10,000. The new law states those who illegally sell nitrous oxide and cause illness are sentenced to 6 months to 5 years in prison. Those who cause serious injuries are sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. Those who cause death are punished 7 years to life imprisonment. All three of these sentences come with high fines, making criminal actions not worth the potential fines.
Through computer checks, we can see if there's any abnormal situation, and these laughing gas manufacturers can use these systems to make real-time warnings and start initiating some checks.
The TCSB, MOEA, IDB, and FDA have joined forces to provide guidance to the laughing gas manufacturers.
From manufacturing, importing, selling, using, and storing, these 5 stages we have adopted 4 requirements and 2 prohibitions.
4 requirements to prevent the abuse of laughing gas include manufacturers must have government approval documents to operate. Nitrous oxide cylinders are marked not to be inhaled. Businesses are required to declare laughing gas volume in a timely manner. Any transaction has to be recorded. The 2 prohibitions including that it is strictly forbidden to sell online and operate without a license.
Searching for those who inhale laughing gas is a last resort. It should be upstream or front-end preventions that are more important than the back-end searches.
In the past, this dangerous gas, which affected many young people, have swept across the country, leading the government to take a multi-pronged approach to prevent and control its spread. These actions can save future generations of teens and let them grow up in a safer environment.
At the Tzu Chi Central District Youth Basketball Team Gathering, volunteers have incorporated Jingsi aphorisms into the course so that the children could learn how to calm their hearts.
At the Tzu Chi basketball team gathering, after all members arrived, they began to practice. It's not easy to dribble followed by a lap up. One needs to start again if the pace is not smooth. Yet the members are very tough, practicing it again and again. After practice, members were divided into different teams to play officially. It's very exciting. Through basketball, children's physical fitness and tacit understanding in team can be trained, but medication after the competition is also important. Volunteers have incorporated Jingsi aphorisms into the basketball course.
It can cultivate team building during cooperation and relationship among the members. It can also train their physical fitness and strengthen their bodies.
At the end of the year, the Tzu Chi Central District Youth Baseball Team gathered together so that children and parents could communicate with each other and make friends.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi from National Cheng Kung University have formed a tutoring team. They visit disadvantaged families and provide children with help on their schoolwork. Take a look.
Chatting with the children and playing games, the volunteers also remind them to study hard.
He has never done so poorly on math tests. He should ask the big brother for help.
I can ask questions about what I don't understand, so I'm not studying by myself. I want to attend the tutorial and study.
Cheng Kung University tutorial volunteers come regularly to help the students with their studies. They also provide spiritual support.
We get through the difficult times. Our Tzu behaves well now and is more obedient. He does poorly at school, but the big brothers have come to help him. Thank you.
Also coming from a single-parent family, the Tzu Chi brother can understand him.
My home is not like theirs, which has wall paint falling off. However, my mother and his grandmother are just as great. They should become better, and in the future he can move out of that house with his grandmother.
After many brick brothers and sisters go to these children's homes, by the next time they meet, the children have become closer to them.
Thank you, it's great to have you. The little girl expresses her gratitude for the big brothers and sisters.
When the children know that we are going again, they will look forward to our visit. As we get off the car, they come to hug us. We provide them with spiritual support.
The home visit is a very good bridge. The volunteers and children can learn together.
As we accompany the child is also healing the volunteers who are very busy with the schoolwork.
As the young people accompany the children and help them with their schoolwork, they also grow together.
Tzu Chi has entered its 55th year. On the first day of 2021, Tzu Chi has been invited to join the board of directors for Parliament of the World's Religions. Through this platform, Tzu Chi can spread more love in the fields of environmental protection, global humanitarian work, and the fight against global warming. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic was serious, and Tzu Chi carried out its charity missions. In India, Tzu Chi worked with Kamilas to distribute aid supplies for 3 months. Recognizing Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit, the Parliament of the World's Religions has invited Tzu Chi to join its board of directors on January 1st, 2021.
We can share the challenges, tests, results, and warm stories with the UN and different organizations through this mainstream platform.
Tzu Chi has entered its 55th year, and its global humanitarian work has been carried out in 5 continents in the world. Tzu Chi has worked with 14 international organizations to implement humanitarian work.
千手千眼千只手再千个人出来，那就是万万千手，因为要伸出双手拥抱地球，才有这样的分量去改变现在。
As more disasters occur globally, different religious organizations work together to spread great love to more corners in the world. In Taiwan, there are more than 510,000 electric bicycles. Because they do not require a driver's license, they are attractive to elderly people as well as the young and even foreign workers. E-bikes and other electric vehicles don't use fossil fuels, though the number of accidents have increased year by year, prompting the government to start legislation and regulate this emerging transportation sector. Follow a report as we learn more.
Taipei City has bicycle lanes specially set out for commuting. This kind of space is actually limited to existing roads where parking spaces are available. The purpose is to inspire more people to abandon cars and motorcycles and change to cycling. Making urban transportation more environmentally friendly can be done through a diversity of more transportation vehicles. Nowadays, people who use this bicycle lane are no longer limited to just bicycles. Electric bicycles without pedals, which are fully dependent upon electricity. There are also two-wheel cycles powered by batteries.
Electric bikes when ridden are actually not very loud. Suddenly, when one appears or passes, I think it will interfere with pedestrians and people walking, making for an unsafe situation.
Special path for cyclists and pedestrians is a paradise for cyclists, but there's also the problem that the government does not want electric vehicles on sidewalks.
Electric vehicles are safe. If your government does not promote it, will you continue to promote motorcycles?
This is a means of transportation for Mr. Chen to go to work every day. Compared with walking on 2 legs, he feels free and comfortable taking this electric unicycle, and it does not consume physical strength at all. It is also perfectly suited for the city.
Most of these vehicles are used for short distance trips. If you use walking, it will take a long time. But if you use this vehicle, you may arrive within 5 minutes.
It will reduce my use of riding a bicycle by a lot. It is also more economical to use because once it is charged, in fact, it can go farther than a motorcycle, which fills up on a tank of gas.
In the traffic laws for both electric bicycles and electric-assisted bicycles or hybrids are classified as slow-moving vehicles. Except for sidewalks with common pedestrian and vehicle signs, it is forbidden to ride them at crosswalks, arcades, and sidewalks. In law enforcement, there are new vehicles which have not been classified as slow-moving vehicles and are in a gray zone.
Actually, there are currently no open roads for their use, as they can only be used in private closed areas.
Many people think of it as transportation, but we really think of it as purely entertainment, so we don't always want to go on the road.
Therefore, a lot of people who love these electric vehicles choose riverside parks to engage in activities. They come fully equipped with helmets and protective gear. In addition to protecting themselves, they also play music to remind passers-by that they're near.
When I'm riding the electric vehicle, it's relatively quiet, so I like to turn on a speaker, which makes it a little safer for passers-by.
Because of the increasing number of electric vehicle users, the Ministry of Transportation and Communication has gradually expanded its regulations, starting with electric bicycles.
It is not allowed to change the battery control device without approval, and this cannot be done to exceed certain speeds when riding the electric bicycle. They also have to wear a helmet. Future regulations include licenses and restriction on the riding age, and if it is part of rental business, there's a requirement to teach and instruct users.
This person's surname Wu is over 14 years old, but he's not yet aged for a driving license. For him, electric vehicles are a tool with less threshold.
I like to fly drones, but the drones have restricted flying areas, so in order to go to the flying areas, I need this vehicle. I'm under 18 years old and cannot ride motorcycles or scooters. If this electric vehicle is banned, I can't go to any hobby activities.
These riders hope that they don't disturb passers-by. Their common goal is to have a legal right to the road to travel, because more and more places prohibit them. This is Taichung's Tanyashen Green Bikeway. A notice board in 5 languages at the intersection tells everyone that electric bicycles are prohibited. If you break the law, you'll be fined. In the past, many people whizzed on electric bicycles. Compared with pedestrians walking at a speed of 3 kilometers per hour, there's a huge difference in speed.
Some of the electric vehicles just take small roads. Here, there are no traffic lights, and there are pedestrians here running and walking, especially lots of old people walking.
Taiwan is still a city dominated by scooters and motorcycles, and while electric vehicles are moving us towards environmentally friendly transportation, there are still some safety issues, as the most important thing is finding a suitable way to travel in safety and peace.
On the first day of 2021, Tzu Chi volunteers and staff members of Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center head over to clean up the beach in Tamsui to celebrate the 23rd anniversary of Tzu Chi TV. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and goodbye.